In this session, we're going to look at enrolling new users and administrators on the Suprema BioStation A2. But before we start with that, I wanted to demonstrate a particular feature that we've had commissioned for the A2, which is the use of job codes. I've already enrolled my finger and I've set myself up with some job codes through the Focus software. Now, if I wanted to clock in just as normal and not clock myself onto a job code or a cost center, as we refer to them also, I can just put my finger directly on the sensor.
Access granted.
And I can clock in. Clocking out is exactly the same process.
Access granted.
The software itself will determine whether it's an in or an out. But if I was to press the job code button first on the screen, it will prompt me to place my finger again to identify myself, and then present me with a list of different jobs or cost centres or activities or tasks, whatever we want to call them. We can see it's got a nice scrollable screen, so we can scroll down to the one that we want. So I'll select maintenance and press OK. And confirm that job maintenance has been selected.
Granted.
Tells me I've clocked onto the maintenance cost centre. So if I was to move to a different cost centre now, I could click on the job code key again, place my finger to identify myself. It defaults to the last cost centre that I, as an individual, registered with. And now I could select different cost centre. Let's go to design. Okay, that. Confirm.
Access granted.
There we go, simple as that. So it's a very powerful thing to use cost centres and job codes, because it allows the company to track not just the amount of time that an employee has worked through time and attendance, but also how much time has been spent working on individual areas of the business. Those could be different departments, different jobs, different activities. So we'll now have a look at how to actually enrol an employee. We've not got any administrators enrolled within the BioStation 2 at the moment, A2, sorry. So it'll let me straight into the menu. So I can do that by pressing the little icon down at the bottom left-hand corner, or this is the same icon up at the top. So with the menu showing, I can select user. I can see I've already got a few users already enrolled on here. So if I wanted to enroll a new user, I could click on the plus key. And here I can, I've got the option of typing in a name if I wanted to do that. But generally speaking, when you're using the Focus software, you wouldn't need to do that, because the employee's name would come from the software itself once the enrolment had been completed. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that we've got the correct ID number in there. So this has to be a unique number and has to match the same PIN number which is entered into Focus. So if I just put in a number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I can come down, I can look at what credentials we're going to use. So I'm going to go for fingerprint. So I can click on plus just to enroll my first finger. So I've already got my index fingers enrolled as a different user, so I'm going to just enroll using my middle fingers. However, normally I would be using my index fingers to enroll, and I'm going to enroll a second finger. Okay, so I've now got 2 fingers enrolled. I could enroll up to 10 fingers if I wanted to do that. So if we just go back from that menu option, it tells me I've got 2 fingers enrolled. If I scroll down a little bit, I've got a validity date period here, so I'm good to go all the way up to 2030. User level is interesting, so I can set myself to have no user rights at all, so all I can do is clock in and clock out. I can be an administrator, which allows me to do everything within the menu, just like I can at the moment. Configuration, which has less options available to it within the menu, and then user management, which just purely allows me to get into the menu to enrol other members of staff. So I'm just going to keep that as being none at the moment, and just OK that. Is there anything else we want to do? Look in there. I think everything else we're just going to keep as it is. So I'm going to add that user by pressing OK. It says it's been saved, and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 has popped up on there. I can click on it again. I can edit it. I could add another fingerprint. I could add a card to it if I wanted to do that. So if I just go back out of that screen then, in fact I'm going to click on the home screen just to get to the menu. So if I was going to use my middle finger this time, just a clock,
Access granted.
it comes up with my number. If I had the software hooked up to the Focus software, the software would have picked up on my new enrolment record, matched my ID number with the PIN number within Focus, and then reallocated the template back to the clock, but including the my name that matches within Focus. So as things stand, I've not got it connected up to Focus or any other software, so it's purely standalone, and it's just coming up with my number that I used. Okay, thank you very much for looking. That's pretty much all we wanted to look into today, and we'll see you again in another session.